So today I have another one of my grandfather's guns. This time it's a lever action. So let's look at it, do some shooting, and let me show it to you. So this is another firearm that was my grandfather's that he bought used in 1939. And I did find an old ad from that time. And these were selling new for $47. I also went to the Savage99.com and input the serial number, which showed that this rifle was made in 1907. They also had info from the American Rifleman there, and logging into that with the same serial number, it showed it was a 1906 date. This is a 303 cartridge, and it was designed for smokeless powder at the time when the black powder cartridges were still popular. And this cartridge is marginally better in ballistics than the 30-30. Now you can use the Spitzer bullet because this has a rotary magazine versus a tubular magazine. And this has a spring-loaded spool with the grooves to hold the cartridges versus, as I said, the tubular magazines that you had to use the rounded or the flat-nosed lead bullets. The model 1895 is using the rotary magazine, was the first of its type, and the first lever action to use the coil mainspring. This rifle is the carbine version with a 20-inch barrel, and in the 80s, my father had a gunsmith remove 1 inch from the barrel and then recrown it. And though the earlier models were made by Marlin, since Savage didn't have a factory, but in 1897, Savage reincorporated and was able to buy a factory. Savage Arms created the 303 Savage caliber in an unsuccessful bid for creating a cartridge for the military, and it was never popular with them, yet it became popular with the civilian hunters. The 303 Savage and the 303 British are not interchangeable in bullet diameter or in the cartridge dimensions. During World War I, the Canadian Montreal Home Guard was issued the Model 99 rifles in the musket form, and they included a bayonet lug with a military-style stock. The Guard were responsible for buying their own rifles with the option of having their names stamped into the stock. Many did have their names engraved on the left side of the receiver. And during World War II, the Savage manufacturing facilities made the Lewis machine gun. And at some point, for a $5 fee, Savage offered to convert any existing 1895 rifle or carbine to the 1899 configuration. So let's take a closer look at this. And I have 3 boxes of older manufacture for the 303 Savage, and I'll show you what this rifle looks like. So here are some older cartridges for the 303 Savage. And as I said, this was a 20-inch barrel that was then cut down by about 1 inch, so it does measure 19 inches. This does have a marble front sight going back. It has a marble rear leaf sight, but also on the tang, it has the Lyman sight. Let me hold this better here. And right here, this is a cartridge counter, and as you put them in, as you can see, that says 0, and as you put them in, it'll show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you shoot, again, it'll go in the reverse to show you how many you still have left. Up on the barrel here, it does say Savage high pressure steel, model 1899. And then up here, you have manufactured by the Savage Arms Company, Utica, New York, USA, patented February 7th, 1893. July 25th, 1893, and then October the 3rd of 1899. Let me turn this over, show you the other side, and then we'll load up some rounds and we'll shoot at the target. So here's the other side. And Savage did offer a variety of sights available for these rifles. I guess you could order them with whatever type of front and rear and tang sights that you wanted on it. And right here is the safety. You can't open it, and then you won't be able to pull the trigger. All right, so let's go shoot this. Safety on. Can't open the lever. Can't pull the trigger. Safety off. Good. Try this one again. Nope, guess not. All right, well, let's go take a look at the target real quick. All right, there we go. I've got 2 inside the 10, and I've got 2 there on the 8 and 7, about equally spread to the left and right. So I've, obviously pulled it. I could have aimed a little bit different. Obviously, in looking at it, the first shot that I had was the top one, and my very last shot there was on the 10 at the bottom. So a little bit better at aiming, and I should be able to get them all there in the 10. Here's the shell casings of the 4 that I shot. So then real quick, this is the one that I tried twice. And it looks like it has a good primer strike, except it was a different brand. It was the Remington UMC 303 Savage, whereas these down here were the Super X 303 Savage. So there's the difference in the shell casings. On your left is the 303 Savage, in the middle is your 3030, and on the right is your 303 British. So obviously you can tell that they're not going to be interchangeable with each other for the 303 Savage with the 303 British. And case-wise and dimension-wise, like I said, it's really close to what your 3030 is.